All right, so we're moving on to a new passing series now. So we're going to do stack passing. Over the next couple of weeks, we'll show different variations for the stack pass. However, since we've been on the Toreanda pass, we will use that entry when we're doing this to set up. So we're going to enter in, get my grips inside, start to press as though I'm moving into one of those passes that we've been doing over the last couple of weeks. The reason I do this is I can start to lift his hips off the ground, which is really essential to us being able to get a good stack on him. So as his hips lift off the ground, my knees are now going to drop down into that space that gets created. I don't want to be able to leave my hands here too long, because if he starts getting grips inside and stuff and starts pulling me, closing his guard, all these things. So when I get to this position, my elbows tuck in and straight away flare out, and my hands will open and tuck underneath until I get to his hips with a gable grip from here. Now, if his hips are flat to the ground, it's very, very hard for me to kind of lift him from this position. So I need to get his hips elevated. Instead of me using all my muscle and strength to try to make this happen, I'm going to get my forehead and kind of try to touch it to his chest here. You can see back now, his hips have been lifted up as part of this. Now when I bring him back onto my knees here, I'm just going to have all the connection here. So I'm not going to use my arms to pull him up. I'm going to use the sit back to pull him up. So now you can see I've got him right on top of my knees now, which makes the stack a lot easier for me. So the reason I'm kind of got my head up at the moment is obviously to talk to the video, but generally my head will be nice and low from here, and I kind of use the top of my head if he tries to start pummeling his feet inside, just to keep him from being able to put a shin across my face. If I'm too high like this, you can easily pummel his feet inside and it becomes a problem for me. So I keep my head nice and low in this position here. And now we'll get onto my toes and start to, I can slightly open here if I need to be able to get some pressure onto him, but I can start to jump up onto my knees. When I'm here, you'll see my knees are slightly bent, squeezing my knees together on the outside of his hip. This is just to control him while I'm starting to set up from my passing position. So double unders. I'll now open up the thumb deep inside across his neck like we're doing a paper cutter. Other hand will come around to the back of the pants. I drop my knee to the ground, and my other knee will be in here behind his bum. My outside hand needs to come to the back here. If I'm over here, I can only move him laterally from here. So I come around, grab the back of the pants or the belt, which enables me to lift him and get the leverage that I need to. My knee stays here to keep him tracked and everything nice and safe from here. Okay, so now I'm going to get this pass. My elbow wants to kind of connect to my leg here to stop him from being able to frame and be able to push against this inside of the elbow. So I'm going to bring my elbow and my arm to my knee and get my connection here like this. Now I can start to bring my head over the top of his head, and now I can start to move into this paper cutter and start to put the pressure on. If I keep in this full stacking motion like this, I don't move my head. Eventually, they're going to give me the pass that I want, because they want to try to start relieving the pressure that they're getting from the stack, and also an opportunity to be able to start escaping from this nasty kind of forearm across their throat. So once he drops down, keep my grips inside. Can now move my hand out and either go through and finish the choke, or just adjust myself and get my side control position. So let's just have a look at that quickly. So we're going to get our entry. Bang, start to press up as if we're trying to get our pass. Drop my knees down into that position straight away. Sweep, flare my elbows, get my gable grip connection. Head down nice and low. Head to his chest. Bring myself back to elevate the hips. Obviously, head still stays down. Right? Head stays down. Up onto my toes. Thumb across the neck. Other hand back to the pants, using my knee to block on my right knee on this side. Head over his head. Can now start to get the connection from my elbow to my leg till I can build my pressure, and I can start to work this path. Eventually, legs will come out. bang, get my side control, either finish the choke and move myself into that side control position. I like, this is one of my favorite passes. In competition, please hold on there as long as possible. Once you get that security around where that position, it's very, very hard to defend it. You can make their life really uncomfortable until you get that pass. So I always hold it for another 2 or 3 minutes, even if they want to give me the pass, just to make it as difficult and as annoying to them as possible. That's a little tip. Obviously, don't hurt anyone in the gym, but out in competition world, it's nice to make people feel a little bit uncomfortable. What's next?